Energized show, up the Irish.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Energized, brought to you by Forged Irish Stout. Ross,
You big dosser.
introduce the guest, man.
Today we are brought by the face of UFC Fight Pass. It is the one and only King Callum Walsh. Callum, how you doing, bud?
I'm good, yeah. I'm out here in New York waiting for my fight, so yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
no
for
worries,
the people
bud.
tuning in right now, make sure to check out King Callum Walsh back in action in MSG live on UFC Fight Pass this Thursday, Ross.
Yeah, I can't wait for it, man. Have you been to the Big Apple before, Callum?
I was here a few weeks ago to do a face-off and stuff with my opponent, and I was here once before actually at MSG for the Katie Taylor fight. So there was some buzz that night, so I'm looking forward to putting on a show there myself now Thursday.
Yeah, that was unbelievable stuff. Did you take anything from that fight, watching her fight Amanda Serrano in MSG? And are you like, when you actually saw that fight, were you like, that's going to be me someday?
Yeah, it was some feeling, standing inside there and seeing all the Irish flags around the place and seeing the massive support from the Irish people. And when I was in there watching, I was thinking, I want this to be me someday. I want all these Irish fans to show up for me. And now it's happening. Thursday night, I'm hoping to get the same kind of, well, probably not as big as Katie Taylor yet, but definitely hoping to get a big Irish crowd over here now Thursday night and have a good night.
Yeah, you had a great turnout in Boston as well, didn't you, Callum?
Yeah, there was a good turnout in Boston. Yeah, definitely. But I'm expecting a bigger turnout here now in New York. Considering it's Madison Square Garden. Where everybody wants to fight and where everybody goes to the biggest fights in the world. So yeah, I'm hoping we get a big Irish crowd out here now Thursday night.
Yeah, not many pros after, what would it be, your ninth fight will get to a headline at Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? Is this something that you're really looking to soak in this week? Soak in the atmosphere, soak in the ring walk, soak in every little bit of it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying every minute of it while I'm here, but I understand, I have one job to do, and that's win the fight Thursday night. And after I win Thursday, I'm gonna stay in New York till Monday, so I'll have a couple of days to enjoy it, think about it, and go back to MSG Saturday night for the UFC fights.
Yeah, because you have to make sure to tune in to UFC 295 this Saturday. Tabitha Ricci's also fighting on the card, isn't she, Colin?
Yeah, she is. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? So I'm gonna fight Thursday, and sure, once I fight and I win, it's only half of the job done. I can't chill out and enjoy it yet until she wins Saturday. So it's like, I win Thursday, and the job is only half done. So Saturday night we'll enjoy it after she gets the win, and we're both after winning. We can chill out and enjoy New York until Monday.
Callum, I'm not gonna lie, I saw some funny TikToks I think that you commented on after you took Tabitha Ricci off the market. You had to laugh at them.
Stuff is my DMs. If you could see the messages I'm getting over that stuff, boys, I'm getting death threats and everything in the DMs. But I don't know. I think it's just boys are just messing. It's gone to that stage now where it's just a joke. And every picture now she posts to me, all the boys are commenting. It's alright. Fuck it. What can you do?
Yeah, I tell us this. Going out with someone who's also a fighter, that's got to be ideal for you. That's got to make your life easier, that you're both have the same goals, the same focuses. Like, even the small things, like you're probably both eating the same types of food and stuff like that.
Yeah, this actually it's made a massive difference to my life. This camp has been my best camp. It's made life so much easier. She was like, sure, you see the shape of her, but she's in way better shape than me. So she must be doing something right. So I've been taking a few pages out of her book, and following what she's telling me to do. But it's definitely made it a lot easier. The last few camps, I'm living by myself, so it's kind of hard to get motivated or just eat the right things and do the training. But when she's around, she's keep me motivated, keep me in line. A young 22-year-old Irish fella like me, I'd be out doing random stuff. But she's been keep me in check right for this camp and been very strict. And it's made life a lot easier. And when you're with someone like that's fighting 2 days after you don't want to be losing fights. I don't want to lose and her win. And the same way, she doesn't want to see me win and her lose. So we're definitely pushing each other, training very hard, and we're ready for this week.
Yeah, will she be invited to Dace and Munch down in Cork?
Oh yeah, I'll have to get her into Days and Munch, right? For Christmas, I'd take it out for Christmas, maybe.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That is quality, yeah.
Callum, things are all coming up King Callum Walsh at the moment. Also, you've also signed with Forge Irish Stout as well. How did that come about? Because obviously that's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's the creamiest pints out there.
You better
I'm looking.
believe it.
I never had one, but
A
I'm
company
looking forward.
man.
I never had one, but I'm looking forward to it now Thursday night. You know, I haven't drank now in a while, so I'm looking forward to a nice creamy pint on Thursday night. What was it? The Brock Lesnar quote. I'm gonna go drink. What was he saying? He was on about Coors
He
Light,
goes,
but I'm gonna
I've got
say.
to drink a Bud Light, not a Miller
Yeah,
Lite.
but I'm gonna say I'm gonna go drink a Forge Irish Stout because Guinness won't pay me no money.
I love that. I
Oh.
love that.
That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be.
Yeah.
Callum, tell us this. What do you know about your opponent coming into this fight? And is he another body to you, or do you see him as a steady step up in competition?
Yeah, you know, he's a good step up. You know, he's a young fighter. He's a prospect from out here who's not going to want to lose in his hometown. You know, I'm fighting him in his backyard, and that's what I want to do. You know, I want to show up to New York, be in a tough fight, and prove that I'm a real fighter and I'm here to stay. You know, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But to be honest, I don't care who I fight. You know, I never have. I'm going to show up and I'm going to do what I do best and try to finish him and make a big statement out here in New York.
Yeah, Callum, one thing that you've always said is that you'll fight anyone. And the
Mhm.
people's records that you're fighting as well are always improving. Now, I know a couple of times people have fallen out and then you've had to take late notices, but that's the fight game. But like this now, like Ishmael at Villarreal, 13-1, and like you're 8-0 now. Like you're constantly pushing yourself. You're like you're not taking any easy fights, Callum.
And the thing is, he's young too. I don't know how old he's.
Yeah.
25, 25,
25,
26, or
26,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm not fighting some old fellow here, you know, for an easy fight in Madison Square Garden. I'm fighting a fella that's young, that's gonna be, you know, as strong as me. Well, maybe not as strong as me, but he's gonna be strong in it. But like, he's young and he's not gonna want to lose in front of his home crowd. And that's the thing about it is I'm coming in here and I don't want an easy fight. I want to like give the fans and stuff what they're paying to come and see a good fight, and that's what I want to do. I want to go in and put on an exciting show for them and get them all warmed up and ready for the UFC on Saturday.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Callum, at the moment, like I'm looking up some of the rankings here, and I can see Dremel Charlo was the champion in your division, and at the moment you're ranked like 35 in the world, which is insane to be 22. This is according to Box Track now, of course. But how many more fights do you want to have before you start jumping up those charts to be fighting sort of top 15 in the world? We'll say top 15 because that's what people know UFC wise.
Yeah. So right, I'm ranked number 30 whatever on Box Rec right now, but I'm ranked 16 by the WBC.
Okay,
So,
even better.
Yeah, so after this fight, I'm hoping to jump up a lot, you know, because my opponent, I'm ranked like 30 something, and my opponent's ranked like 40 something, you know, so it's not like I'm fighting a fella that's ranked way up the rankings. You know, we're close enough, and so if I finish this fella, I'll jump up the ranks a lot, you know. So I'm expecting probably another after this fight. I want to fight for another belt, you know, get myself up into the top 10. Then after that.
Yeah,
that belt. It was funny seeing you do some skits with the belt when you went home, like you know.
Yeah,
like
imagine if I had two of them.
Or three.
Or three, yeah.
Jesus.
Callum,
Yeah, but
this is obviously go on, Baz.
Yeah, no, but you're also fighting in Madison Square Garden now. This is obviously like a dream for like any fighter growing up. Like where, like at the end of the year, like this is obviously going to be your last fight of the year, but like at the end of the year, where do you sort of go to try and outdo that again in 2024?
You know, I think the goal is just keep coming back here. Keep coming back here and just keep making it bigger and bigger and eventually sell out the big arena. You know, I'm fighting in a theatre right now, so we're going to try and see how that goes, put on a few good shows here, probably definitely come back here next year and hopefully early next year, maybe even St. Patrick's Day, you know, see what happens and just keep growing and keep getting bigger and hopefully sell out that big arena.
Yeah, you have to look at it that way. Like you know, you have MSG Theatre, MSG. Like I'm sure the T-Mobile at some stage will have a King Callum Walsh pay-per-view fight night. Like sure, someone's been dying to do what is it, the Cowboys stadium? You know what I mean? Like they're all in the future, and like you know, your meteoric rise seems to be unmatched by anyone. Do you feel like you've risen really fast, or do you feel like because of all the years of hard work you've put into boxing that like it's come just the right time? Because obviously you from first pro debut fight to where you are now, like it's probably chalk and cheese, but like you've been putting in the graft for years behind the scenes.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm definitely rising fast. I'm definitely one of the fastest rising people in boxing right now. But it's because I've worked hard. I've done this my whole life. I've been doing this since I was 6 years old, and I'm not taking easy fights. I'm willing to fight whoever, and that's the only way you can do it. That's the only way you can get up through the rankings is by fighting boys that are veterans or that are coming up the rankings too, and proving that you're supposed to be there. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also it's so unique because you're obviously boxing on UFC Fight Pass as well. Not many fighters are brought up with such a large combat sports platform behind them like that, and then like you're sort of the face of UFC Fight Pass boxing as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know other fighters do fight on the cards, but like it's all revolved around you. So like, sometimes you might say don't put all your eggs in one basket, but I feel like UFC and the boxing aspect are all their eggs are in the Callum Walsh basket. But it's a pretty nice looking basket.
Yeah, definitely. But sure, I'm proving it every time that they put all their eggs in the right basket. I'm fighting good fights. I never turned down an opponent ever. I never said no to anybody, and that's just how it's going to be. I'm never going to say no to an opponent. I'm going to show up every time and put on the best show possible and keep winning and just see where we go from here.
Yeah,
definitely. And Callum, what's the feedback been like from Ireland as well? Because like obviously you're going from bigger and bigger stadiums, selling more and more tickets. Like, I see there has been promotion during this week about you fighting in Madison Square Garden. But like you yourself, what sort of feedback are you getting from Ireland?
Yeah, no, I was talking to my friends there yesterday, and they were saying we can't get away from you. We're in the car driving to work. We can hear you on the radio. You're on the fucking newspaper, everything. They said they can't get away from me back home. Their heads are wrecked. But no, there's massive support from back home. Obviously, like the Irish always get behind the fighters, and when especially a young fella like me, like I'm only 22 and I'm headlining the show here in Madison Square Garden. Who else is doing that? So there's massive support from back home, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger as long as I keep winning.
Yeah, you really are surrounding yourself with the best. Like obviously Freddie Roach, one of the greatest boxing trainers of all time. You could probably argue he is the best of all time. Obviously, you have Dana White backing you all the way, and you even have Conor McGregor backing you all the way. Like all the like global giants of combat sports are behind you. Do you really feel that? And how often are you in contact with the likes of Dana White?
Yeah, I talk to Dana all the time. Even just about 6 weeks ago, I was down at the UFC headquarters, and I done my first ice bath ever with Dana. I was supposed to.
You stayed in longer.
Yeah, I was supposed. Well, listen to this, right? So I was supposed to. I never done an ice bath before, right, for any of my camps. Dana was talking to me. He was like, "Oh, what do you do for recovery?" I said, "For 22. What do you mean recovery?" I just. But so anyway, I was supposed to do my first ice bath on the Sunday with Tabitha. And so I was down to UFC on the Saturday in the headquarters, and I was telling Dana, I was like, "Oh, I'm doing my first ice bath tomorrow," and he was like, "No, you're gonna do your first ice bath now here today." And I was like, "I don't have shorts or nothing," and he was like, "I'll give you a pair of shorts, so get in." And I don't know if you've seen it, but I posted the video of me doing it. So I went in there. He had a cold plunge, and it was freezing, and it was the coldest thing I've ever done. But he had a steam room, and we done that. But I always talk to him. I send him pictures every time I do the ice baths, and he's asking me, how my camps are going and stuff. So I talk to Dana a lot. We have a good relationship.
Do you WhatsApp or what's his best medium?
I just text him on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, what? Sometimes like you look at someone like Dana White and you're like, how does he actually communicate with people?
I just text him on Instagram. Yeah.
He's in the DMs. That's
in
the
the
way to
DMs.
be.
Yeah.
And did you hear from Conor when you signed for Forge Irish still?
I haven't really talked. I seen he commented on the photo yesterday, but I haven't really talked to him. Talked to him a few times on Instagram as well. But I don't know. Will he show up here or what's the story? But we'll see. I seen he's been at a few boxing shows with the Forge Irish still.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You wouldn't know him like if he shows up, it'd be unbelievable. But we'll see what happens. He's definitely supporting it. He's commenting on the post, and so he's definitely showing his support, and I appreciate it. A man like Conor, I presume he's a very busy man, like so that he's taking time to comment on the post and after giving me that sponsorship too. It's a big help, and I'm looking forward to being a good ambassador for the Forge Irish Stout Thursday night. see how many I can drink.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's the creamiest stout in the game, no doubt about it. Wait till you have it. What's it called?
Oh, yeah.
I was texting one of the lads from Forge Irish Stout today the other night, and I go, "It's the only stout in the game. I don't know what the other ones are even called anymore." That's how nice it is. But
I probably won't remember about the other ones after Thursday night, innit?
No, it's pretty good. Make sure to check it out. Yeah.
Callum, we actually love getting you back on the show because we love seeing you go from strength to strength. Tell us this: what's Tom Loeffler got in store for you in 2024? Because obviously this year has been phenomenal, and we're capping it off with a big W on Thursday night. What's 2024 got in store, and what's Tom got in the plans for you?
No, we were just doing another interview a while ago, and I found out they have 10 fight pass dates for next year. So
10.
They have 10 dates for next year. So I'll just see how many times I can fight. You know, if I keep coming out clean and untouched, we'll see how. I'll try to break a record, you know, for as many fights as I can next year, and get up in them rankings quick and try to get a world title. They have 10 dates, but obviously I'm not going to be able to fight 10 times unless
Clean them out like Mike Tyson straight away. Like.
Clean them out, unless I can, you know, I would. If I keep coming out of my fights clean, uninjured, I'd fight all the time. And but yeah, they have 10 solid dates for next year. So I'll pick and choose now and see how many fights we can get in next year and try to get up to that world title quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose one final question on the fighting side of things is: would you like to come back to Ireland in 2024 and fight here?
I'd love it. No, I'd love it. I have to get home and I have to put on a show back there for the Irish people. You know, the people that can't make it out here, or the people that because New York, it's expensive, you know, to come out here.
Yeah.
Like my family and stuff here now are coming out, and it's costing a nice few pounds. Like, so there's people back home that know that are just working normal jobs that obviously can't afford to come out to the fights. So I'd like to, just like myself, like I was always just a normal, just working fella, like, and I couldn't go to fights, so I couldn't afford to do whatever. So yeah, I'd like to get home and put on a big show in Cork or wherever, you know, just for all the people that can't make it, and all the young people too, you know, that want to see me fight back there. So definitely, and I know that, see, the thing is, right, it's hard because between Tom and Dana and Freddie, like, we're not going to do something small, you know. It's not, we're not going to come home and just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Dana's not going to go there and fight pass. You know, they're not going to go there just for the sake of just putting on a small show. When we do it's
TJ's not cheap, like.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a massive deal, like, once we go back. So I'm pushing for it. I'm pushing as hard as I can for it. Every interview I do, they're asking me when you coming home. So I'm pushing for it, but it's all about timing. You know, I presume Tom has a plan when he's going to do it, and when we do it, it will be a massive show.
Yeah, well, they're talking about UFC Dublin in 2024, so you never know. Maybe on fight week you could get a King Callum Walsh fight going on.
That would be perfect. Like, even like the same thing here. Like, I always try to fight close to the UFC shows, you know, to get the promotion and the cross media and stuff, and the fans, you know, the same as the UFC. So if they're going to do a UFC Dublin in 2024, it would make sense for me to go back and put a show on. So I'll push Tom for that now. I'll see him in a minute here now, and I'll annoy him about it.
Yeah, because
tell the Energized lads said we have to do Dublin next year.
Yeah,
and
because
then tell Dana you have to do Dublin next year.
Yeah,
well, like, they'd love to have you at the event as well. Like, I mean, they want more people to see it.
Dublin, if there's a UFC Dublin, I'll definitely be there. Yeah, 100%, I'll be there. Even if I'm not fighting, I'll definitely be there. But if we can push it and get a fight out there as well, that would be unbelievable.
Yes, we'll see it on either side of you with the Forge Irish Stout can.
Have the cans ready. Yeah.
We'll be locked. No, it'll be full of Forge Irish Stout, the creamiest, smoothest stout in the game. So make sure to check out the latest recruit to the team, King Callum Walsh, this Thursday live on UFC Fight Pass as he looks to go 9-0. Callum, is there anything else to say to the people tuning in now? They're looking forward to seeing you compete this Thursday. Yeah,
I just want to thank everyone for the support. You know, everyone that supported my career. I couldn't do this without you, and I really appreciate it. And for everyone that's going to tune in on UFC Fight Pass Thursday night, and everybody that's showing up to the fight, I look forward to putting on a big show for you, and I promise it won't be a boring one.
They never are, but
there we have a King Callum Walsh. He's come for heads this time. Every time he's coming for heads, this fella. There's no messing. Cork's finest. We love him. You love him. Thanks a million for watching. If you are watching this, make sure to like, share, subscribe. And as always, stay energized.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you've done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.